So the 1.1 live stream has finally ended. We finally get to have a guess and have a feel of the direction NTE is going to be taking. I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm having a little bit of deja vu. It really reminds me a lot of WUWA 1.0, where they really built on the feedback that the players gave and also introduced elements that the players didn't necessarily ask for. I know I did. Personally, I know I did, but not completely. We're not there yet, but at least they're showing their willingness to try and introduce certain elements from direct competitors, for example, like Ananta, where I personally suggested we add swinging and the flights from Withering Waves as well to Neverness to Everness. I think those would be cool additions as methods of traversal so that we can have different options. I know that it kind of goes against the value that they want vehicles to have, but I don't know. For me personally, I think the more ways we have to traverse the terrain to go from point A to point B, the better, because in open world games, one of the things you really want your players to feel is the enjoyment to go from point A to point B. That is very important. And right now, cars are fun, but they don't feel special. They don't feel unique. So I feel like something else would really help us out in terms of traversal, but I digress. I wanted to make this video separately because, like I said at the stream, because you can go see my live reactions to the live stream and to the entire information, there will be some level of high, some level of excitement at the time that can make you glance over certain things. But now that, you know, kind of calmed down, drank some juice, went outside, touched some grass, all right, I feel like I can be more level-headed in my digestion of the information and the things they're introducing within the game. So I kept a little bit of notes here of just the highlights. I just want to talk about the big highlights. Now, first and foremost, Lacrimosa is getting 4 skins and our boy Chaos is only getting 2 skins. Now, what's with the discrimination, man? What's up with that? Why can't my boy Chaos also have 4 skins? What, is he not cold enough? He has a sight and everything. What's going on? Anyway, obviously that's not that much of a big deal, but I feel like characters should have an equal amount of skins. Now, obviously, Lacrimosa is going to have more skins because they're going to monetize the crap out of Lacrimosa, as we could see from the chat within the live stream of NTE. A lot of people are obviously excited for Lacrimosa. A lot of people are going to be skipping Chaos. I'm personally trying to get both, but if I have to choose, believe it or not, I might just pick Chaos. Male characters are very scarce in these games. They're very few and far between, and I know for a fact at some point in the future we're going to be asking for a male character. I might as well just lock Chaos down before I get all these 2D anime beds, because I know most of my teams are going to be comprised of 4 female units. So yeah, that's just a little something there. Not the biggest of deal, but still a little something that I would love to see some level of equality, right? Shit. What about the girls? What about the gay guys? What are they? They're not eating enough with Chaos. God damn. But anyway, next is I want to talk about the collab between Porsche and NTE. I feel like that is a big point to talk about. Now, the big one, of course, that had me hyped up is the introduction of riding suit skin. Now, this is something I had in my list. Yes, I did want them to include riding suit skins for every single character. Now, they are starting with just the MC and only for collabs. Now, for me, it's kind of a bit of a missed opportunity. They have showcased the fuck out of the female MC in the riding suit skin showcase within the live stream, man. Oh my God, like, she was just... I know they just wanted us to keep looking at that and go, oh my God, Lord of mercy. That's definitely what they were aiming for, and I guess they succeeded to that regard. But I feel like it's a bit of a missed opportunity to not introduce amazing skin-tight skins like that are more fitting for the riding activity, especially the motorbike ones. I don't know, I feel like, or racing car ones. I feel like it's a missed opportunity that should be introduced and should be given to every single character. Maybe not the teenage or the lolly ones, because, well, it's illegal for kids and teenagers to drive, but at least for adult characters, if they, you know, if they can't have the resources to do it for everybody, at least do it realistically where only adults can drive and the teenagers and lollies can't drive. Also, something else when it comes to this collab is that we're going to have a special banner of where you pull for the skins and the Porsche car. Now, that is strange because typically, say for example in Withering Waves, when they have these little collabs and they give you these skins, you know, you just get them for free just by playing the game, which an argument could be made for this as well. I mean, you get funds by playing the game, so it's not that big of a deal, but I feel like we just need more details before we start either glazing or dooming this collab banner, because this is obviously something that for us that just been coming, that just came to the gacha scene through Genshin Impact. It's kind of new to us, unless I missed it in ZZZ or somewhere. I don't think we've had this before, so it's kind of new to see a collab skin that is not a, let's just say, it's just skin collab, right? It's not a character, another character from another universe coming in collab, right? So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, the Porsche car, since it's gonna be a gacha car, is obviously gonna be the best car within the game. So a lot of players will want this with the skins, of course. How expensive is it gonna be? How long is the banner is gonna last? I feel like these are very important details that we need to know before, once again, glazing or dooming the Porsche collab banner. All right, it's interesting to see that we're having a real life brand basically being in a banner in a video game that sells anime girls. But yeah, 2026, crazy stuff, right? And next we have the PvP fist fight and the cars, right? They introduced new PvP type of gameplay where you can go into a fist fight. Apparently it's a group. You are grouped with someone and you fight someone else. I've seen at some point in the live stream, maybe I've been lagging, but I remember seeing Among Us. Maybe there was supposed to be like some Among Us, the type of mini game that might be introduced as PvP. That could be a lot of fun. Also, the cars is something we already have, the racing. They're just expanding on it, making it a little bit more like Mario Kart, which is interesting, I guess. I might not be doing much PvP, to be honest with you. I treat these games like PvE games. For PvP, I'm a little... my taste's a little different. I like to play shooter games. I like to play 1v1 type of very flashy games, card games, etc. So, I mean, if you like it, good for you. For me, I don't know if I'll be that immersed, like I'm not that excited, but it's a good addition to the game nonetheless. W devs. Next is free 10 polls. They're doing an SSR style 10 limited banner polls that you can use for characters, the premium characters. Unlike WUA, who in the fuck in Kuro Games still encourages 5 standard, 5 limited, is beyond me. I don't know why we still have that there. Please fix it. Please do. I've been screaming about this since 2.0 and they still keep doing it. That pisses me off. So yeah, at least they're going the SSR route, which is great. Also, on top of that, they're adding in 5 standard pulls and 5 weapon pulls. Now, apparently these aren't going to be always here. Apparently these are like for, because of the collab maybe or something. This should be all the time, every banner. This is kind of what I used to say back in the day. For example, WUA, if they're going to keep doing the 5 character pulls and 5 standard pulls every patch, add in maybe a 5 weapon pull or do 10-5, etc. Like, because standard pulls lose a lot of value over time. Now it's a little something, but later down the road, no one gives a flying fuck. So really what I think they should be doing is get this idea, put a pin on it, and expand on it in future patches where 10 pulls for characters. Everybody's excited for the characters. Of course, you want to give them free 10 pulls. There's just a bit of a standard that SSR has set years ago, and expand on it further by giving 5 weapon pulls and 5 standard pulls. I feel like that's just a little something over there, especially when you consider that the weapon doesn't even show in the game. Like, the arc is just this stat stick. It's kind of like SSR. Like, it's just this stat stick you have in the background. You don't even see it. And the standard pulls, of course, is just a little... It's just a little something, right? Like, it's like fries with your main meal, right? Like, they're just there. Like, they're fun to have. They're good to have. You'd rather have them than not have them, but you can still do without. But it's always good to have them. Nonetheless, it makes the player feel better. It's the dev to player relationship is even better because of that. So I highly encourage them to maintain this here. Next, we have some qualities of life, and the first one that this is the first one they had, is adding an option to mute Tagido during the story cutscenes. Devs have listened. Look, I know some of you guys may have liked Tagido. For me, he's just a no-no. It was a no-no to a huge amount of players. Obviously, the devs at least gave an option for the players that enjoy Tagido. They can keep it, but if you don't, you can just, with a button, just mute him away, which is cool. And next, also, they added like some cool little stuff, like adding the recap. That's also something I asked for in the 1.1 expectation video. Thank God they listened to that. I feel like, especially, for example, when you consider Tagido, and I like how it was right after the Tagido one, they added the recap, because a lot of us skipped the Tagido a part of the story. I know I did. And a recap would have been nice because I could just read quickly and just so that way I don't miss the important parts, right? But I can still skip the bullshit. And that wasn't there, and that was a huge letdown. But at least they're jumping in on it now, which is huge. Thank God for that. They're also adding fast travel points to important parts. For example, the Pink Paw Heist, the Witch's place, etc. Like, I don't know why you always like have to teleport next to them and then walk your ass to them. It feels weird. If you're used to Wuthering Waves, you know you can always teleport to all the key points in the area, not just waypoints. So thank God for that. They also added a little Anancha here where NPC bystanders will now react when you take selfies. Now that's nice, right? It's like, kind of like what I said. If Anancha is going to be a direct competitor to NTE, NTE has no choice but to try and apply certain elements that Anancha will be introducing into their game by the time Anancha releases. So what they should be doing is copying Anancha, copying some of the elements they don't have currently before Anancha comes out. And when Anancha comes out, we literally have NTE 2.0 or something. Like, it's just gonna be the same game with different thematics and stuff, which is great. I feel like that's what we should want. We want more games in our rosters, not this is just better than this and that's it, and keep that tribalistic, corny ass, bait ass sentiment in this space, man. We don't want that no more. We're tired. There's a clear level of tribalistic fatigue. Fuck that shit. So those are the qualities of life that for me personally mattered the most. There's obviously a bunch of them. You can check them out for yourself, but all in all, I feel like the direction is good. I will give what I saw like a 7.5. I kind of want to give it an 8, but in hindsight now I'm thinking we still need more information for me to give it that solid 8. I don't want to give a 7. I hate giving 7s, but this is like very close to an 8. Like, I want to give it an 8, but I just need a little bit more information. The reason why I'm not giving it a higher score, because the fact is NTE still has more to improve on, some more things to work on, kind of like WoWa was in back in the day, all right? Like, I feel like we're in good hands. They just need to prove more and do more for us to really just sit back, kick back, and just enjoy the ride. But until then, I feel like we need to keep a little bit of an eye out, just in case, man, just in case, because we still don't know exactly who we're in bed with in terms of how they're going to go about NTE. I know for Tower Fantasy, they were okay later down the road, but that was after the damage was done, all right? And obviously at that point, the devs have to act like that. So don't forget that ultimately these are companies. They're not necessarily your friend. And especially with predatory tactics, you want to be extra careful, because at some point, they will try to maximize profit when they can, and when they can is when they're gonna have to act the best, because that's just the smart thing to do. They're more strategic than sentimental, is what I'm trying to say. I think I'm gonna be enjoying NTE some more. I'm gonna be trying to get both units. Wish me luck, and I hope you can get all the units you want as well, man. But yeah, I think with Wuthering Waves collab coming in soon, and NTE 1.1. SSR also with the Fate collab. I don't know about you, but I think in the gacha space, we're eating good recently. Like, we're having a lot going on right now. If you look further in the future, there's Silver Palace, there's Azure Premilia, stuff like that. Nanta, right? There's so much going on. But Ananta is not a gacha game. I don't think we are gacha gamers first. We're anime fans first. So Ananta is an anime-based game. We're gonna be playing that shit. That's just, all right, we don't necessarily care about the gacha aspect. Fuck that shit. So yeah. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Easy.